Hi there, today we're going to be talking about standing posture, which is particularly important for people that stand all day at work, or maybe you just watch your friends playing sport on the weekends or your children and you're getting a little bit of backache or stiffness. So we're going to start with our feet position. Now if you come down and have a look at my feet, you want to make sure that one of them isn't sort of sticking out like that, because that means that there potentially could be a hip problem or a knee problem, or it's going to create a hip or a knee problem. So bring them in and make sure that our feet are about hip width apart. Now moving up to our knees, we want to ensure that our knees aren't locked too much, because if they're locked, that's going to put a lot of pressure on our knee joints. Now coming up towards our pelvis, this is particularly important. Now I've spoken a lot about neutral spine position, and what that means, and if I turn to the side, and if I place one hand here and one hand here, what I'm going to show you is obviously an accentuated position with your pelvis and your back. Now the opposite is a flattened position. Now you want to find in between there, which is what we consider neutral spine position, like that. Now that's comfortable, it's not going to put too much stress on our joints or our pelvis or our spine. Now when we move up higher, we get to our shoulders. We want to ensure that our shoulders are back and down. So if we bring our hands into our sides like this, or our elbows into our sides, then we move our arms out like that. That should bring our shoulder blades into the correct position, and then we relax down like that, ensuring that we're not doing this, because that's going to be very uncomfortable. So bring our shoulders back and down like that. Great. Now let's look at our head position. Now you want to make sure that your head is tall. So if you imagine someone's pulling you up from the top of your head like that, good, and our chin should be tucked in a little bit like that. So that is comfortable standing position. Now just briefly, I want to show you a paw position again, because I know a lot of people do this, where they sit like that or they stand like this and they're putting a lot of strain on your hip. Can you see that? Great. So we're going to get ourselves back into that position. So Shane has kindly volunteered to be my standing posture model, and what I'm going to do to him, I want you to do to yourselves at home, which is analysing your standing posture. Now if we come down and look at Shane's feet, I want to make sure that they're comfortably hip width apart, which they are, and they can slightly point outwards a little bit. Good. Now we're going to go to his knees, and we're going to make sure that they're not locked, they've got to be slightly bent, comfortably bent. So that's good. Now we're going to look at the pelvis position, because that's crucial. Now Shane, can you face that way for me? Good. Now place your hand on your tummy and your lower back. Good. Now this is how to find neutral position. Now I want you to imagine arching your lower back as much as you can, Shane. That's it, good, without going forward. That's it. Now I want you to try and flatten it as much as you can. Good. Now I want you to arch it as much as you can again. Good. Now flatten it as much as you can. Good. Now instead of arching all the way, we're going to go halfway. Good. Now that is neutral position. How does it feel, Shane?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, now just drop your hands down. Now shoulders need to be slightly back and down. Good. Excellent. Now head position needs to be nice and tall with your chin tucked in. Good. Now that is pretty good standing position there. Now I want him to do 5 deep abdominal breaths, which are really important for relaxation and for utilising the diaphragm. Now Shane, can you place your hands on your tummy? That's it, good. And your lower back. Oh, actually just your tummy, sorry. Now I want you to take a deep breath in at home, and as you're breathing in, I want your abdominals to rise. So breathe in. So let them come up and out. Tuck your tummy in. Good. Deep breath in, abdominals go out. Good. Relax your shoulders. And deep breathing out, abdominals sink in. Breathing in, abdominals rising. And out and sink in. Good. And just 2 more of those. And sinking in. Really important to do this from time to time if you're standing all day. Excellent, good. So that's been a little overview of standing posture. Now there's a sheet that accompanies this, so keep it handy during the week so that you can remind yourself to have great standing posture. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.